Good morning, everybody. We will begin our service with the ringing of the temple bell. At this time, please silence your cell phones and listen quietly as the sounding of the kancho is an invitation to settle our hearts and minds as we prepare to receive the Dharma. Thank you.
Namanda, Namanda.
Welcome to today's Hiroshima Remembrance service, which commemorates the 79th anniversary of the atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. A special aloha to our guest speaker, Mr. Tadashi Hosokawa, and his wife Junko Hosokawa, for being here today with us. He has graciously returned again this year after serving as our guest speaker last year too. This service is being hosted in collaboration with the Kona Hiroshima Kenjin-kai. I am Claudia Chang, president of the Hiroshima Kenjin-kai, and I will serve as your MC today. This past spring, I finally went to Japan, and specifically to Hiroshima. And yes, it was the very first time that I did go to Japan. And this first trip, it could not have been better than on the sister city relationship with the County of Hawaii and Hatsukaichi City. It was everything that I could imagine and expect in Hiroshima. And when we went to visit the Hiroshima Peace Memorial Park, we experienced this virtual reality presentation. So we wear these virtual reality goggles, and we are actually seeing in animation what happened minutes after the bombing. And to see something like that, it was so sad and so horrific, but but it makes you understand how through the perseverance and resiliency, the people of Hiroshima was able to rebuild their city, as they say, brick by brick, and why the people of Hiroshima are dedicated to peace and a world free of nuclear weapons. To spend time with my Hiroshima Ohana, to see the atomic bomb dome, visit Miyajima Island, make our own okonomiyaki for lunch, visit Mr. Hosokawa's Delica Wings factory, to have sit down with the governor of Hiroshima in his office, and to go to a Hiroshima Carp baseball game and to sit behind home plate. We don't even get to do that in America, right? To go watch pro baseball. And of course, for me, to visit the whiskey and sake distilleries. And I did all of this in 10 days, but it was just enough time to appreciate the city of peace and all that Hiroshima represents. So let us all work together with Hiroshima to promote peace and a world free of nuclear weapons. For today's service, assisting Reverend Blaine with technical support are Alan Matsumoto and Darren and Lynn Katayama. Corinne Chong is our organist, and Betty Takioka will lead the singing. So if you're able to, please rise and let us start the service with the Vandanati and Sarana led by Reverend Blaine. Please chant both the Pali and English parts together with him. For those of you on Zoom, please be sure you have muted your mics.
The supremely awakened one, Buddham Saranam Gacchami, Dhammam Saranam Gacchami, Sangam Saranam Gacchami. I go to the Buddha for guidance. I go to the Dharma for guidance. I go to the Sangha for guidance. Namanda Butsu Namanda Butsu Namanda Namanda Butsu Namanda.
Please remain standing for an aspiration which will be shared by Reverend Blaine.
Please join me in Gasho. We gather this morning as friends in the Dharma, as fellow travelers along the journey of life. With our friends from the Kono Hiroshima Kenjinkai, we come together in fellowship to commemorate the 79th anniversary of the bombing of Hiroshima and Nagasaki and offer our heartfelt wish for peace. As we navigate the myriad challenges of our world today, let us always work towards the realization of a more peaceful and humane world with kindness and compassion for all. May we strive to embody the aspiration of Amida Buddha from the Jusei or verses reaffirming the vows written on the Hiroshima Peace Bell. Jin Riki Endai Kyo, Fusho Musai Do, Shoujo Sanku Myo, Kosai Shu Yakunan. Emitting a great light with majestic power, I will completely illuminate the boundless worlds, dispelling thereby the darkness of the three defilements. I will deliver all beings from suffering and affliction. May we always take refuge in the Buddha, the one who shows us the way in this life, the Dharma, the way of understanding and love, and the Sangha, the community that lives in harmony and awareness. Entrusting in the dynamic working of all-inclusive wisdom and all-embracing compassion, we call a name of Amida, the Buddha of infinite light and life, in gratitude, joy, and awareness. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namanda Butsu, Namanda Butsu, Namanda Butsu.
Please be seated. We'll now we'll have the offering of incense, and we invite all Sangha members and guests in attendance to please come up and offer incense if you wish, starting with the front rows and moving towards the back. And please use both incense burners. Let us now observe a moment of silent meditation.
Namandab, 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 namandab.
Reverend Blaine will now lead the chanting of the Sutra Jushi Ige. Words can be found on page 55 in the Jodo Shinshu service book. So find this book behind in the pew. And the words will also be on the screen. So again, on page 55 in the book.
The Buddha of infinite light and life made vows to embrace all beings equally without exception. These vows promise to create a perfect world where no suffering or evil exists and guides us to supreme awakening. The Jusei or verses reaffirming the vows, is a poetic summary of the basic intention of the 48 vows made by Amida Buddha to attain supreme enlightenment, to save all who are suffering, and to declare universal liberation through the name Namo Amida Butsu. We chant the words of the Buddha as a reminder of these great vows of compassion made to liberate and to awaken us all. 강원 조세간 이심의 조도 시간 흠안서 세프 조성아 가오무령어 부이다이세시 부사이쇼빙그 세프 조성아 가시조부츠도 묘쇼조지포 극교미쇼몬 세프 조성아 리오그진쇼넨 조웨시본교 시금의 조도 이쇼텐닝시 진리기엔다이고 부쇼무사이도 쇼조산금요 고사이슈야그난 가이히지엥엔 메시건모한 해소 国小和道自然zen shi mon go so jo man soいよろじぽ日月主樹期天根不言一種解放像五世功徳法上大師樹世法師式具有一切部具足主徳本元年新上満徳位三害用両文無下地自然未不詳願学上に同志最小尊志願略化大戦の感動国書天人東人妙見ナマンナムナマンナムナマンナムナマンナムナマンナムナマンナムがんにしぐどく病のせいさいのほんもないしおうじょうあんなこナマンナブナマンナブナマンナブナマンナブナマンナブナマンナブナマンナブナマンナブナマンナブナマンナブナマンナ
Okay, please rise for the Gata, the wondrous gift of peace. The words can be found on page 175 in the Praises of the Buddha Gata book. So find this book now, and it's also on the screen. So again, on page 176. And please sing along with Betty.
We who flounder in the turmoil of samsara sea, on the boat of dawn.
Thank you, Betty. Please be seated. So this morning, I am honored to introduce to you our guest speaker, Mr. Tadashi Hosokawa. As mentioned earlier, some of you may recall that he spoke at last year's service. However, I'd like to refresh your memory on his background. So Tadashi Hosokawa was born in 1947 and turned 77 years old this year. He is the founder of Delica Wing Company Limited and has been leading the firm as president and CEO for 50 years. Some of the many positions he holds are as honorary chair of the Hatsukaichi Chamber of Commerce and Industry, president of the local radio station FM Hatsukaichi, and as a special visiting professor at Hiroshima Shudo University. Under the pen name of Sozai Tsubasa, or Delica Wings in English, he is also a novelist and lyricist. In the fall of 2018, he received the Order of the Rising Sun, gold rays with rosette from the Emperor of Japan at the time. So Mr. Hosokawa has also arranged for us today for singer-songwriter Kazumi Nikaido to perform for us today via Zoom following his message. She is a resident of the Dairuji Temple, Honganji School of Jodo Shinshu in Otaka City, Hiroshima Prefecture. Kazumi Nikaido released an album entitled Nijimi in 2011. She has also written and sung several theme songs for Japanese films and has appeared on TV and sung in many TV commercials. The song she'll perform for us today is entitled Semi ne Takushite, or translated means the Kikaida sings. Interpreter for Mr. Hosokawa today will be Hiroko Tateishi. Please give a warm welcome and aloha to both Mr. Tadashi Hosokawa and Ms. Kazumi Nikaido.
Aloha、昨年に引き続きこの場でお話しできることに心から感謝申し上げます。昨年は高校の先輩から聞いた原爆投下直後の10代半ばの少年たちの悲惨な最後の話をさせていただきました。
To begin with, I would like to appreciate this opportunity to make a speech here again this year. Last year, I told you about the tragic end of the lives of boys in their mid-teen right after the atomic bombing, which I heard from my high school senior survivor.
その先輩もすでにお亡くなりになり、もう二度と当時の話を聞くことはできません。原爆投下から79年経過して、広島でも長崎でも被爆体験者が年ごとに減少し、その体験を語る被爆者は激減しています。そこで今回も私の高校の先輩で87歳になった今も核兵器の廃絶を訴えて活動している方から聞いた話を紹介させていただきます。
The senior survivor has already passed away, and we will never be able to hear his story of that time again. 79 years have passed since the atomic bombing, and the number of air-bomb survivors in both Hiroshima and Nagasaki is decreasing year by year, which implies drastic decrease in the number of air-bomb survivors who can tell us about their experiences. So today, I would like to share with you a story that I heard from another high school senior survivor who is still working for the abolition of nuclear weapons, even at the age of 87.
森重明さんは8歳の時、学校に向かう途中で爆心地から1マイル半の地点で被爆されました。爆風により川の中に吹き飛ばされました。キノコ雲の暗闇の中を必死になって陸に這い上がり逃げる途中、道路には多くの人が倒れており、その人たちの顔や胴体を踏みつけながら逃げたそうです。道路に面した家から助けてくれという悲鳴が聞こえてきたけれど、誰もが逃げることに精一杯だったそうです。
Shigeaki Mori was 8 years old when he was exposed to the atomic bombing on his way to school, a mile and a half away from the hypocenter. He was blown into the river by the air blast. He desperately crawled to the shore in the darkness of the mushroom cloud and found many people lying on the road. He had no choice but to step over their faces and bodies to escape. Everyone heard scream of "Help me" from inside the houses facing the road, but they were all about running away.
終戦後しばらくして旧日本軍に捕虜として捕らえられた後、被爆して亡くなったアメリカ兵がいるという情報を得た森さんは、仕事の合間を縫って広島で被爆死された米兵捕虜の調査を進め、海外に住む彼らの遺族を探し出し、知り得た事実を知らせる慰霊活動を50年にわたって続けてこられました。
A few decades after the war, Mr. Mori received information that there were American soldiers who were captured as prisoners of war by the former Japanese army and died in the atomic bombing. He started research on the A-bomb American POW victims and has continued memorial activities for 50 years to search for their bereaved families living abroad and notify them of the fact.
原爆は日本人、アメリカ人といった人種を選びません。原爆は皆さんが想像するより格段に恐ろしい兵器です。原爆を使ったら無差別に多くの人が犠牲になり苦しむのです。ひどい目にあって今も苦しんでいる人間の一人として言わせてもらいますが、絶対に核兵器を使ってもらいたくない。森さんは今もそう訴え続けておられます。
Mr. Mori continues to appeal the same message today. The atomic bomb does not choose a race, such as Japanese or Americans. The atomic bomb is a much more scary weapon than you can imagine. If you use the atomic bomb, many people will be killed indiscriminately and suffer. As one of the people who had terrible experience and still suffer from the horror of the atomic bombing, I must say that I never want nuclear weapon to be used.
森さんの活動が世界的に注目されることになったのは2016年5月18日でした。当時のアメリカ大統領バラク・オバマ氏が広島を訪れ、平和公園で核兵器廃絶に向けたメッセージを発信した直後、その場に立ち会った森さんを優しく抱きしめたのです。オバマ大統領は17分間の力強いメッセージの中でこう語りました。いつの日か証人としての被爆者の声を聞くことができなくなる日が来ます。けれども、1945年8月6日の朝の記憶が薄れることがあってはなりません。この記憶のおかげで、私たちは現状を変えなければならないという気持ちになり、私たちの倫理的想像力に火がつくのです。そして私たちは変わることができるのです。
It was on May 18, 2016, when Mr. Mori's activities came to global attention. Mr. Barack Obama, the former US president at the time, visited Hiroshima and delivered a message for the abolition of nuclear weapons at Peace Memorial Park. Right after his speech, he gently embraced Mr. Modi, who was invited to the event. In his powerful 17-minute speech, the former President Obama said, "Someday, the voices of the Hibakusha will no longer be with us to be bear witness. But the memory of the morning of August 6, 1945 must never fade. That memory allows us to find complacency. It fuels our moral imagination. It allows us to change."
しかし残念ながら現実の世界はオバマ氏や森さんの思いとは逆の方向に進んでいます。減少傾向にあった核弾頭の総数は再び増加に転じようとしているのです。この現実に目を背けることなく、私たちは原爆の怖さ、そして何よりも戦争の愚かさを語り続けねばなりません。
Unfortunately, the real world is moving in the opposite direction of Mr. Obama and Mr. Mori's wishes. The total number of nuclear warheads, which had been on the decline, is now on the rise again. Without turning our eyes away from this reality, we must continue to talk about the horror of atomic bombing and, above all, foolishness of war.
本日、広島からオンラインでメッセージを寄せていただくのは、本願寺派の僧侶であると同時に、スタジオジブリの映画、かぐや姫の物語の主題歌を作詞・作曲するなど、シンガーソングライターとして大活躍されている二階堂和美さんです。二階堂和美さんは2015年11月にハワイ島を訪れ、コナ本願寺とヒロ本願寺において開催されたピースコンサートでも熱唱されています。
Today, Ms. Kazumi Nikaido will give us online message from Hiroshima. She is a monk of the Honganji sect and a very active singer-songwriter who wrote the theme song for the Studio Ghibli film, The Tale of Princess Kaguya. Ms. Kazumi Nikaido visited the Big Island of Hawaii in November 2015 and had a great performance as a singer at the peace concert held at Kono Honganji Temple and Hiro Honganji Temple.
本日歌われる曲は「セミに託して」です。本来は二階堂さん自身の作詞作曲による日本語の歌ですが、今日は広島市在住のアメリカ人で詩人のアーサー・バナードさんによる英語の歌詞で歌われます。
The song sung today is Semi ni Takushite, originally written in Japanese, was lyric by Nikaido herself. Today's song is written in English by Arthur Bernard, an American poet living in Hiroshima City. Skater's song. Sing.
ありがとうございました。
Thank you. Oh. 音声が出てないので、ミュートを消してください。お願いします。
失礼しました。OK。はい。This is
まだ聞こえません。
あら、おかしいな。 もしもし、聞こえますか？聞こえないですか？
すいません、まだダメですね。
あ、本当？おかしいな。聞こえないですか？おかしいな。どうしてだろ
こちらは聞こえますか？
う。聞こえてます。はい。
大丈夫です。
あ、聞こえましたか？
聞こえます。はい。
あ、はい、すみません。はい。すみません。アロハ。This is かずみ二階堂。8月6日の朝8時15分。私が子供の頃から黙祷を捧げているこの時間、耳に響いているのはセミの力強い鳴き声です。私たち広島で育った者にとって、セミの鳴き声と原爆を考えることとは密接に結びついています。79年前のあの日にもセミは鳴いていたでしょう。朝の太陽を見上げ、今日も一日頑張ろう。そう思った矢先のことだったのではないでしょうか。セミの鳴き声を通じて、あの日に生きていた人々の姿を思い、その無念さを引き継ぐ。そして誓う。多くの命が虚しく失われる戦争は決してしてはならないと。セミが成虫として生きられるのはとても短い日数だけです。その限られた時間、精一杯泣き、命をつなごうとしている。私たち人の命も同じく限られています。与えられた命のありがたさをかみしめながら平和を願います。
It is 8:15 in the morning of August 6th. Ever since I was a child, the powerful chirping of skaters has been ringing in my ears during this time of the silent prayer. For those of us who grew up in Hiroshima, the sound of skaters are the thoughts of the atomic bombings are inextricably linked. On that day, 79 years ago, the skaters would have been singing. It must have been just as we looked up at the morning sun and thought, let's do our best for another day. Through the chirping of the skaters, we think of the people who were alive that day and carry on their regret. And now I bow. We vow that wars in which so many lives are lost in vain must never be fought. A skater can live only a very short time as an adult insect. During that limited time, skaters sing as best they can and try to hold on to their lives. We human beings have a limited life as well. I wish for peace as I reflect on how grateful I am for the life we have been given.
The temperature is rising. How are you today? Skaters go to us all, singing summer's place. Through the heat, their voices meet, echo chambering. Come from the earth here in Hiroshima. Life lasts 1 week and every minute's real. The sun glares how they love the sun. Born here in August and gone again when August ends. Sing strong, sing clear till life summer comes and you wanna cry, let's cicada sing. All your tears and all your fears, let's cicada sing. That morning too, so bright like today, everyone came out, then down came a sun. Life ends in August and promises begin again. Your life, my life, here we are now. When summer comes and you wanna cry, let's cicada sing. All your tears and all your fears, let's cicada sing. La la la, la 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 la, la da 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 la la. La 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 la, la da la 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 la. Samanda, 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 Samanda. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Kazumi-san. That was very, very beautiful. And thank you, Mr. Hosokawa, for your wonderful message. I think it's important for us to hear about, the survivors of from the atomic bombing, and that's how we will remember that we need to move towards a world free of nuclear weapons. And sorry, Betty, I'm going to go a little bit off script here, but you see the man over there at the top of the screen? He is my relative in Hiroshima. He married into our family. His name is Kazuyuki Hirai, and Val will remember him, but he took us around in Hiroshima, but he is one of our relatives. And like it's very early in the morning, Monday morning in Hiroshima. So I want to say thank you very much, Kazuyuki-san, for joining us this morning. Now, the other person that I wanted to talk about was the mayor. It was very important that Mayor Roth, he does a lot of the sister city, not just with Japan, with other countries in the world. And I think that's important for us towards, to moving towards world peace. And signing the sister city relationship with Hatsukaichi and the County of Hawaii, I think was very important. And representing the mayor today is Mr. Bobby Command. So Bobby, would you like to say a few words?
Aloha, everyone. Claudia didn't say I was going to have to say something, so I got to figure it out right now, yeah. But it's an honor and a privilege to be here on this solemn occasion. I'm kind of a little bit different, although I'm part Japanese, I'm not full Japanese. My relatives don't come from the same place that most of the American Japanese are from. And ironically, I had relatives who fought on both sides of the war. So this celebration does mean a lot to me, and it honors and celebrates, I don't know if that's the right word, the brave people who died in Hiroshima and during World War II. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Bobby. Okay, so now we're going to move on with the program. So Carol Zakahi from the Kono Hiroshima Kenjinkai will lead the reading of the Shinshu Pledge. So you can find the Shinshu Pledge on the laminated handouts in the back of the pews and on the screen. So please join her in reading the passage out loud. Carol?
Good morning, everyone. Thank you very much, Claudia. So everybody's ready? Shinshu Pledge. I take my refuge in the vow of Buddha. Reciting the name, I will live through life with strength and serenity. I revere the light of Buddha. I will put my effort in my work with self-reflection and gratitude. I follow the teachings of Buddha. Discerning the right path, I will spread the Dharma. I rejoice in the compassion of the Buddha. I will respect and help others and do my best for the welfare of humankind. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you very much, Carol. We'll now have the offertory presentation by Carol's granddaughter, Yukino Sasaki. And mahalo for your generosity, everyone. Thank you, Yukino. Okay, we will conclude this service with the singing of the Gata Nembutsu. So please rise.
Namandab, 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 namandab.
You may be seated. So this concludes today's Hiroshima Remembrance service. Here are a few announcements. Upcoming schedule of services and events. So this coming Saturday, August 10th, Reverend Dr. Kenji Akahoshi will present a seminar entitled Shifting from Please to Thank You, a Path of Awakening. It will be from 5 to 6:30 in person at the Honganji. If you want to attend, please come. You don't have to register, so please come this Saturday from 5 to 6:30. Next Sunday, August 11th, 9 o'clock a.m., Obon service will be held at the Holualoa Temple. Reverend Dr. Kenji Akahoshi, retired minister from the Buddhist Temple of San Diego, will join us in person as the guest speaker. Remember that this service will start at 9 a.m., an hour earlier than the usual 10 a.m. start time. So be sure to set your alarm clocks an hour earlier, just like when we shift to daylight savings, right? There will be no service at the Honganji Temple. So again, 9 o'clock next week, Saturday, Sunday at the Holualoa Temple. Okay, so no services will be held at Kona Honganji Temple on August 18th and the 25th. On Sunday, September 1st, we will resume services here at the temple with Grandparents' Day service at 10 a.m. Guest speaker will be Mr. Piper Toyama, past president of the Hompa Honganji Mission of Hawaii. And some reminders, please consider, excuse me, renewing or becoming a sustaining member of the Kona Honganji by completing the 2024 membership pledge form, which is attached to Reverend Blaine's weekly email update. And if you're a puzzle enthusiast, please check out the puzzle exchange in the library. So if you take one, bring one. And attention, bon dancers, don't miss out on your last chance for bon dancing in Kona this Obon season. The Kona Koya San Daishiji Mission will be holding their annual bon dance on Saturday, August 10th at 6:30 p.m. at their temple in Hololoa. So when you finish here, you go there, and then next morning you go Hololoa again for the service. Okay, so any other announcements, Reverend Blaine?
Just a big mahalo to everybody who came out last weekend to our bon dance. We survived. Yeah, so we had a lot of fun despite the slight precipitation. Darren, no R word, right? So, but it was a wonderful evening to celebrate life and love and our ancestors and being together as community. It just feels really special to be together and to celebrate, and the girls got to dress up in kimono and cute yukata, yeah, and dance a lot. And it was amazing to see so many young people at the bon dance, and that was so heartwarming and so encouraging to see people coming out, and everyone who came out to help, especially big mahalo. We can't do this without all the support of Sangha members and members of the community to be able to offer this to the wider community and to our members. So Obon is still a very special time of homecoming for us. And so I'm so happy and so glad that we're able to celebrate together. So again, thank you very much, everybody, for coming out and for helping and for just all your kokua and support of Kono Honganji. So.
Are there any other announcements? Not, I'd like to say again, thank you very much, Mr. Hosokawa, for being our guest speaker, and to Ms. Kazumi Nikaido for her wonderful performance today. To our Sangha, mahalo for your in-person and virtual attendance. And for those of you on Zoom, you may leave at any time. And those of you here today, refreshments will be served in the social hall, so please join us. Much appreciation to the Kona Hiroshima Kenjinkai who brought the goodies to share. So please be safe, and we look forward to seeing you at our future services. So again, please join us in the social hall. Mahalo. Hi, Kazuyuki-san. Thank you very much.
Hi, Claudia. Thank you.
Valerie is here today too. Val. Chotto. So how are you doing, Kazuyuki? You can look at the camera.
Oh. Hi, Valerie.
How are you?
Valerie.
How's your rice? Are you harvesting your rice? He didn't hear.
Valerie.
Is it rice harvest season? Not yet, yeah? October harvest rice?
Yeah. Yeah.
How is Keiko-san? Keiko, okay? I'll tell you about that. What?
Kazuyuki-san.
Hi.
I'm Claudia's cousin, first cousin
Ah.
on Aoki's side.
Ah. Hi.
Hi, Claudia's sister.
Yeah, I know.
Hello, how are you?
Ah.
But thank you very much for joining us so early in the morning.
はい、ありがとう。Thank you.
Thank you. You have to go work now?
Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
I have to go.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye. Make shaka. No, you guys gotta make shaka, shaka.